tremendous progress in our nation, where there are opportunities and doors that have been opened up to a race of people and races of colors and classes of people like never before. The fact of the matter is, we still have inequality in America. In every one of our arenas, we still have inequality. And it suggests to me that we missed a fundamental message that Dr. King was trying to leave with us when he was getting ready to deliver or preparing to deliver that message. I don't know what he was specifically going to talk about, but one of the things that was very deep in his heart at the time was the fact that we had a war going on in Vietnam, and he was seeking to address the economic problems in America, particularly the issue of poverty. He wanted people to be able to have access to true wealth. He wanted to make sure that America did not have a permanent underclass, but that all of us had what we needed financially to be able to walk in our destiny. And so one of his messages that he left with us is that we must reorder our priorities in America. In other words, we've got to begin to exchange might for morality, and we've got to put people before profit. Now, I don't know about you, but I heard we're in a recession, and I know people have lost their homes. But I'm scratching my head because when I wake up every day, I understand that none of the money that's been in the earth since we've been here has evaporated. It suggests to me that we don't have a money problem, we have a morals problem, we have a priority problem, and we're putting money in places where we should not put money, or we're putting too much money in places where it should not be. We've got to balance this thing out. At some point, somebody's going to have to rise up, and I guess I'll say it today, and say we've got to stop putting money, as much money as we put into the military-industrial complex, while our children cannot receive an adequate education, while millions of Americans do not have adequate health care. There's something wrong in a nation when you can spend more money on destruction than you can spend on creation. And so we have a mandate to continue the legacy of Dr. King, and I hope that you will join me when I become installed as the next president of the SCLC, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And we're going to bring true morality back to this nation. We're going to make sure that communities are empowered and that you, the people, are empowered to bring about the change that has to happen in this nation and the world. It won't be the leaders will give the direction and the mandate, but it will come from the ground up. And I'm looking forward to having you join me in the next movement so that we can continue the work and continue from where my father left off, because he was cut so short, but he left us a blueprint to tell us that we've got to continue to fight against poverty, the triple evils of poverty, racism, and militarism. Now, I don't know about you, but I ain't scared. And I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't mean that I don't get fear. There's a difference. Courage is the ability to move beyond your fear. You may have thoughts, you may have inhibitions, but the reality is, if you can move beyond whatever that thought is and still manifest that thing that you're trying to manifest, then it means that you have not become enslaved to fear. And so as I stand here today, I declare before God that I am on a mission to continue the work of my daddy and my mother. And as I live today, I recognize that when I gave my life to Jesus Christ, that Bernice died, and that the person that lives in me today, through the power of the Holy Spirit, is Jesus the Christ himself. And so we will move in that power, we will move in that strength, and we the people will recapture the essence of what America is to be, because America will only be a great nation when all people have an ability to be able to raise their families safe and secure, be able to pass wealth on to the next generation, be able to go to the doctor and not have to worry about 1,000 questions about your insurance. We've got to get to a place